Okay, guys, here's the real deal. That's the episode title for this week's Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Last time, our heroes had a bomb surprise scare of General Hale, of course. Now, this bomb blew up the monoliths that the lighthouse was keeping underneath it. And the effect of this basically was some sort of tear through time and space. Fitz could only describe as what was opened a fear dimension which, through the tear, was slowly seeping into this world via the lower levels of the lighthouse. So to prove that this was indeed some sort of fear dimension, the different agents' fears were coming out. Like for May, it was Lash. For Gemma, it was an LMD of herself actually trying to kill Yo-Yo, as if Yo-Yo didn't already have enough on her plate. A Kree warrior that tried to kill Deke, which was Daisy's fear. Well, it was really more of the Kree warrior than anyone killing Deke. And an entire forest, which weirdly enough was Deke's fear. He said that it was itchy and everything. Being from the future without a real Earth, though, you kinda understand where he's coming from. Fitz builds a gravitonium-based device that could actually close the said tear. But there's one risk. Whoever goes down there and uses the device could actually be killed. So this is where Coulson comes in. He says that he's the only one expendable and kind of collapses. After he collapses, Fitzsimmons do some tests on him and they find out that he's actually dying. Contrary to my belief last time, I thought the inhuman trainer of Cassius was the one who scratched Coulson with some sort of poison that started his death, or the clock until his death, but that wasn't the case at all. Coulson was actually dying ever since his little Ghost Rider experience. The deal that Coulson made with Ghost Rider, in order to get another chance, was that everything alien would be taken out of him. And as we all know, Kree blood was what aided Coulson's healing and brought him back from the dead when he was stabbed in the heart by Loki. At first I was just thinking that his deal with the Ghost Rider removed everything alien that was in him right now, but it turns out it was maybe something different. I think like everything alien that was done to Coulson was undone, because according to Gemma, the tissue that had been in Coulson's scar, where Loki hit him, had been dead tissue for years, and it was kinda just 1 year since they've encountered Ghost Rider. Of course, everyone was sad, tears were shed, but May and Daisy were also angry too at Coulson for not telling them. Daisy was even saying that they actually had a solution during the Kree-Cassius saga, because Cassius was able to bring back Tess from the dead using the technology that brought Coulson back, therefore they could have saved him that way. But Coulson was also saying he did not want to go through all that again. If you remember in Season 1, it was kinda hell for Coulson, so I really don't blame him for that. It was decided Coulson was the one going to activate the gravitonium device down there. So he went down and he was actually met by a fake Mike Peterson who was convincing him that everything was just happening in Coulson's mind, that Coulson never really left the table where he was being operated on after being killed by Loki, and that everything was just playing out in his mind. That's why there was a story of everything he wanted. Tahiti, a beautiful beach, his S.H.I.E.L.D. team, the family he never had, Daisy, the daughter he never had, going to the lighthouse future with the Cassius saga, traveling in space, and overall being a hero. It was kind of convincing to me too, to be honest. I was thinking that maybe 10-20% that the Marvel Cinematic Universe could have gone with that, but I thought in the end that no, that was impossible because the Marvel Cinematic Universe had too much happening for it all to just revolve around Coulson's dream. And of course, that was not the case. Now Coulson, before going down there, gave a directive to Deke. He was to gather remaining S.H.I.E.L.D. operatives from all around the world, and he brought them back to the lighthouse. One of them being Deathlock, the real Mike Peterson. So Deathlock came down and helped Coulson against all the other manifestations of their fears, such as Lash and Hive, and Coulson was able to finally activate the device and close the tear. The tear was stable for now, but Fitz said later on it could probably open still. So as if this wasn't enough, the episode ended with one more big thing. A Fitzsimmons wedding. Finally, After all these years, Fitz and Simmons are sealing the deal. Now, the wedding happened in the forest manifestation out of Deke's fear, down in the lower levels of the lighthouse, and Coulson was even saying that they better get it along, move it faster before the manifestation disappeared. Coulson presided over this ceremony, which I thought was kind of fitting considering he's like the father figure of all these people, and Deathlock was not sticking around. He had to go somewhere after, though they didn't give more of a backstory as to what he was going to do after. Now, Deke is an interesting character. Earlier in the series, I was putting one and one together, thinking that Deke could possibly be the son of Fitz, but I was proven wrong, and I admit that. Although now General Hale's people couldn't find him anywhere, there were no records of him anywhere because, unknown to them, Deke was actually from the future. But her assistant said that they found two DNA matches very close to Deke's, Fitz and Simmons. This, along with Deke saying that the ring he found for Simmons was very similar to his grandma's, kinda indicates that Deke was actually the grandson of Fitz and Simmons. So S.H.I.E.L.D's episode finally ends with that big surprise. What do you think of all this? I like how it's going so far. Tell me down in the comments below if you agree with me. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And as usual, don't forget to hit subscribe for more great videos.